lastly, I just want to say a couple thank yous before we hear our seniors sing. First of all, I promise not to talk long because I purposely programmed this concert so I wouldn't talk because I have a tendency to talk a lot. First of all, thank you to our administration at Glenbard West, District 87, that allows us to do these things in beautiful off-site locations. Also supports our music department tremendously. Thank you to my department, Mr. Jonathan Walsh, Bill Ortega, Tom Pfaff. A word about him in a moment. Thank you to AMP, our Association of Music Parents, who do wonderful, wonderful things for our music program, including provide over $10,000 in scholarships this year to our students to study privately. Thank you to you, the parents, for dragging your kids around and bringing them to these places in the evening so that we can have rehearsals. Thank you to the students, seniors, and all underclassmen and upperclassmen. Thank you. I love my job and I could not do what I do every day without you. I would say you complete me, but that's cheesy and not really true. Anyway, but I do love you guys. Thanks to our voice teachers. We have several who work at Glenbard West every week who provide lessons for our students. Also, a gigantic thank you to my family who puts up with me being gone a lot to do a job that I really love and supports me all the time. Even my 4-year-old daughter who celebrated her birthday yesterday. Hey, Riona. Thanks, sweetie. This evening's concert is being professionally recorded. There's an order form on the back of your program. If you would like to order one, you can certainly do that. And also, if I didn't say it again, I should say it again, a gigantic thank you to our senior class who, whether you've been in choir for 4 years or 1 year, have provided tremendous leadership and just amazing energy and charisma to our program, and I'm deeply grateful to all of you. And lastly, I would be very remiss if I didn't say one last thank you, which I've been avoiding this and I don't want to say it because I'll probably cry, but tonight, as many of you know, is the last concert for Mr. Pfaff, our accompanist, who has been the accompanist since I came to Glenbard West High School. He is the super senior. He is retiring for the 3rd time. After a 30-year career as a can't think of the word, engineer, thank you, Lucent. And then a brief stint as a math professor at COD. He decided to come and bring his love of music, which he's done since he was in high school, as an avocation to Glenbard West. And we have been the recipients of his amazing, I knew I was going to do this. I'm just going to read this because I'll just weep otherwise. The innumerable ways he helps us, whether it be preparing for solo and ensemble, being the accompanist for the musical, providing musical tracks for the musical for kids to practice, bringing in and coming in early for kids to help them practice, working on sectionals, running sectionals for me, running sectionals during class while I'm teaching class, helping kids prepare auditions for college, for professional auditions, giving advice to students, giving advice to me, being a friend to students every single day, being generous with his time and his talents, being an encourager of students and myself, being an amazing teacher, an amazing friend, amazing colleague, and an amazing mentor. Thank you for 7 amazing years.
And I would usually wing this, but I didn't want to screw it up, so I wrote it down. There are very few people on this earth who consistently put a smile on my face, like Mr. Tom Pfaff does. I'm quite certain that I have actually never seen him without a smile on his own face. And that sort of gentle, cheery attitude has a tangible effect on each and every person he works with. I'm also somewhat convinced he is a Zen master, completely calm, even when Mr. Jeffrey is ready to pull his hair out, and always ready to offer a much-needed moment of levity in the face of frustration. Mr. Pfaff's musical ability speaks for itself, but he will never flaunt it because he is one of the most humble men I've ever met. His intelligence is only matched by his kindness, and the intangible qualities he brings to this program make it something special. But he is so much more than a choral accompanist, and his skill at the piano may be the least of his gifts. Mr. Pfaff exhibits a genuine concern for each and every one of us in every choir among us. He knows each of us by name, and he always goes above and beyond what he is called to do. So I was looking at one of my favorite choral pieces, which is called Blessing and the Leaving by Susan Glenbard. I'm just going to read the poem because I think it's that the music is set to, because I think it's very appropriate for this occasion in celebrating Mr. Pfaff's career here. So it's Blessing and the Leaving by Jan Richardson. It goes, in the leaving, in the letting go, let there be this to hold on to at the last. The enduring of love, the persisting of hope, the remembering of joy, the offering of gratitude, the receiving of grace, and the blessings of peace. I think those are all qualities that you embody and you give to all of us. And I think it's a gift that we will all hold on to for a long time. Hannah? Thank you, Ruth.
Yeah. And on behalf of the choir, all the kids in the choir wrote a little letter to Mr. Pfaff, and we put it in a little book that we want to give to you, just to thank you for all that you've done. So thank you.
I am certain Mr. Pfaff will continue playing piano as long as he lives, just because I think he enjoys it so much. So, and even though he's retiring, we still see him as a bold, handsome young man in our hearts. So I went out and got him a piano cover of Taylor Swift's 22. He said, "Who is Taylor Swift?" Okay, Mr. Jeffrey, also equally as wonderful in so many different ways. In madrigals, he always has us use this it's just a crappy pitch pipe to give our tune. And it's so out of tune, so I went out and got him a new one.
Mr. Jeffrey, it's been a fantastic 4 years. I came into choir not knowing anything at all. I was really nervous, but each year you kept pushing me, and you pushed me, and I got better and better, and thank you.
About Mr. Jeffrey, because he's been such an important part of my life and my discovery in music, because he has taught me, inspired me for 4 years, and most importantly, he has shown me the gift of choral music. And he's inspired me to do things like ACDA and IMDA, and I'm truly blessed that you've been my choir director for 4 years. And everyone else too. I can speak on behalf of
after spending 4 years with these two lovely men here, helping me in our music help, we wanted to show how much we appreciated them. So the seniors got together to make these two scrapbooks for them, the past 4 years that we've spent together. So there's pictures from all the stuff we've been doing, all the barbecues and concerts and all the fun times we've had together. So here's one for you.
Can we do one more round of applause, please?